Trying to do a live, all of a sudden my live wouldn't go. I had a conversation with, let's see if we can see this, Kimon Freeman. I think he's looking for the DC at large delegate, a DC delegate seat. Okay. So I wasn't able to do the live at the time. So I just testing to see could I go on now. And now that I'm on the outskirts of it, which I don't know, this wall might make a difference. Anyway, they say there's cake, and I don't know if you can hear the drumming. But I was at the place where I was finishing up telling you about the other side of what might be folks might be missing on the sex magic piece. The coccyx bone at the bottom, activating the kundalini, which sets off your Merkaba and allows you to do I don't know if it's interstellar or intergalactic. I don't even know, but I know that it has. If I were in control, I probably need to set up some parameters prior to. I don't have a lot of people that I can participate with this kind of thing with. But anyway, the thought is, and I'm back in the main area of the park. And I think I should turn it around so that I can talk to you better. So you can actually see what's going on in the park. So I think folks are going to be out here until it gets dark. It's a beautiful day, 80 degrees weather. And that's those hollies that I was telling you about oh, wait a minute. Is this that tree that I've been looking for? Is that kind of the tree? No, it's not the leaves that I'm looking for, but that's a holly tree, and I need to gather. I'm going to be making some new wands this season, so I need to gather a couple of wand-worthy pieces. Oh, that wasn't wand-worthy, but they're dry, so let's just use these, because if I dig any more, I don't know what the dogs have been over here doing. So that's enough for me. That's enough for me. And I think they had some dancers. The young ladies over here getting ready to take their photo. I don't know if you can see them or not, but I guess they just finished performing. All right, well, what we came for is some more holly bushes, which if I didn't think that the dogs were all doing their thing around here, I might get it. Hey, Tootsie. Dogs really love me. Anyway, all right, we're leaving the park now, and I'll be able to talk to you a little better. Let me put my sticks in the vehicle. My holly branches, because I'm gonna make some I'm gonna make some wands out of these bad boys. All right, so don't mean to keep you so long without giving you some of my wonderful, insightful information. Let's see what we can do here. I might have been doing it all wrong in the first place. So I might have been thinking I was showing you where I was going and I was showing you me. That's not what I meant to do. Anyway, so one love and wellness. So in reference to this Catholic thing, this church faux pas, they got caught with their panties down. And what they were doing to the youth, these innocent, these virgin men, their virgin whole, as Cat Williams says, was being violated, and it had to do everything to do with energy. And if you say good or bad, energy, magic, it was being used for intentions that were probably unbeknownst to the persons that were on the receiving end of, losing their virginity, right? So that is something that is in the category of sex magic, right? So it might not be something that the public is ever going to, we're not chasing witches anymore. We're not burning them at the stake. But there's still those energy workers around. There's still people who operate in that kind of naturalist, relating to the elements, commanding and having a command control of energy for the purposes of whatever they speak, whatever their will is. They will whatever it is that they are looking to accomplish or achieve. And it could be something as easy as, and this is something that I do, and I don't know, how many other people do it, but if I'm supposed to be here, I'm gonna find a parking space out front, and ta-da, I'm in the parking space that's right up front. I'm in the very last parking space, right on the front side of Meridian Hill Park. And before I got here, I said it. I wanted the very first or last, but first, the first is last and the last is first. So I wanted to be the first on my, if I'm supposed to be here, a space will be there for me. And that's how I think. And I commit myself to that thought, and I embrace that thought, and I walk with that thought, and that thought permeates the potential of the whole journey. And I don't think about it the whole time. I'm not sitting there, oh yeah, yeah, no, I'm not in that mindset. I'm not in that mode. I set it and forget it. I put that energy out there. I put that thought out there. I put that request out there. I put my order into the universe, and the order was delivered. The order is up. It came to uh, exactly where I needed to be. And this person is sitting next to me at the red light. Okay. So, and in the meantime, that was something that P. Diddy learned as a child because he was a altar boy. So he was introduced to this from the perspective of, I don't know, white magic, black magic, whatever. It was magic. Okay, it was energy work. So then when you get into this new, the entertainment realm of things, they too use this same energy hack. They too use these same hacks to command energy. Virgins are still involved. Virgins, just like, chickens are sometimes sacrificed, and sometimes women are called chicken. Walk, walk, chicken, chicken, walk, walk, chicken head. Chicks. They're called chicks. But so chickens are sometimes representative. The chicks are sometimes representative. The youth, the offspring, the young, the virgin, their virginity is sacrificed. And that is something that is a very highly valued thing in so many cultures as far as the virginity. It is something that is, it's a gift that, and oh, he is singing and rolling as he rides. And he is at full force riding too, and rolling with the music. That's I'm sure he's motivated to be at that speed. But anyway, so yeah, I basically was saying, oh, can you use your black magic powers to give me a free psychic energy reading? Oh, what doctor? Which doctor? Go on now. Oh, you're pulling my leg. You're pulling my leg. Anyway, I don't know if I will call it any particular color. I will call what happens often is, you know, energy is being utilized in ways that I intend. I intend it a certain way. I fortify it with certain things. You say, okay, well, I am not someone who on command gives readings, and I do get a lot of opportunities to read things, but I don't willingly give that information, that insight. 95% of the times when I tell people what their energy is telling me, or what I'm picking up from their energy. I'm watching these people walk across the street, and I don't believe that they are all, I don't think they all have a plan, the distinguishable factor of the feminine side. I think that they are enjoying the flouncy dresses and the makeup and the energy of the female. So, any case, I do not do that. I thank you for the request, and I appreciate that. I am currently just focusing my energies on myself, and I have often enough gotten sidetracked on others and connected with others and what's going on with them, and have deterred from what was best for me and for my scenario. So I refrain from being too connected to other people's energy. And yes, I can connect just like this, and follow the energy route to you, and tap you on your temple and say ta-da. But I just appreciate the fact that you can pick up something that you might even ask that question. So yay and thank you. So, but I'm saying that the energy that these youths and these virgins and these that is being used for purposes that are not necessarily clear and made plain to the person that is the virgin, or the person that is the, sometimes they know, sometimes they're aware, so, and especially when it's a wife that's giving it to the husband, or especially when it's a princess that's being married off to some royal person, because those royal persons are, they're looking at the astrology of things, they're looking at the strategy of whatever, energetic or energies, financial, what the land looks like, what the promise and potential is of the people of their economy, what the merging would do. Does that help the military or their defense systems, combine into, a bigger presence? Is that needed right now? Is that something for the future? All those things. Anyway, so I'm just saying it is a pivotal piece that is put into place when unions like that of major energies come together, some major family that's had, financial, or actually, let's just say, rulership in some ways, that is, they're playing with big energies, and you can downplay it if you want, because sex has been bastardized to a major degree, because it is a spiritual union. It is a it's more than physical, and that connection is, once you start swapping sacred secretions, you have christened the energy that is now formed into what the two of you bring about, that the chemistry of the two energies combined, those sacred secretions. Sacred secret shines. Anyway, so I feel as though he has been passed the baton. I called him Puff the Magic Dragon recently, because I think that, that's the magic button. That coccyx bone, the bottom of the cervix, I'm sorry, of the spinal cord, that very bottom bone, it is a sacred space, a sacred place. It is the place, the birth canal is right in that vicinity. So that vortex, that, it's, I believe men and women may have the, since men began as women, everybody began as a woman, and then they eventually will grow the pieces that, or, not grow some pieces, or some places will fill out a little more and protrude a little more, and not protrude a little more to identify the specific gender. So, you know, we all start that way. So most likely at the start of our, so we may both possess that same energy and that potential. If that coccyx bone is gets some ignition, if it's ignited from it, and that to me just seemed like, when you're starting your stove and the gas is on, that's your, so your kundalini is lit, and so now you are kickstarting that coccyx bone to ignite your Merkaba. Magic, presto, magic button, puff the magic dragon. So I'm saying he probably got on the altar boy side of things, as he was an altar boy when he got up to the place where he was in the position where he was introduced at another level. Now he's got some insight as to, this is like that, what do you call those secret society stuff, and I believe, even our excrement, I believe, has some, because it's been said to me that what we eat and then we shit, or, shat, I am told that's alchemy. That's an example of alchemy. If it goes in one way and comes out a whole nother, and it's turned into energy all at the same time, it goes all the different places, and it's effective for, it knows where to go, or it's turned into what it releases itself into whatever its potential was supposed to be for, or whatever. So all I'm saying is that we already doing it, and we just not even knowing some of the expanded potentials and capabilities of it. And he was taught at a younger age some of this angle of energy use, so the virgins, the youth, the innocent, those, that energy, as a child or even as an adult. I believe the longer you wait, I believe the longer you wait, the bigger the sacrifice, the stronger the energy that is released and is available for repurpose, for redirecting to Phoenix into whatever it is, repurpose into. Energy never dies, it just reforms into a new whatever. Energy never dies. I'm gonna say it multiplies, but energy it never dies. So that energy is repurposed into whatever they decide to make of it. And speaking of energy being repurposed, today was Columbus Day. It is now considered Indigenous People, Indigenous Heritage, or something like that day. So tomorrow, Monday, is the actual day of the holiday observation, meaning a Monday. We used to do it on a Monday. I think the 11th is the day that it synchronizes cosmologically or something like that. But uh, I go to an Amish market on the weekends. They were closed on that day, and everybody that was coming up there, which I was there for a little longer than, I just, it was an empty parking lot, but I parked for a minute so I can make a decision on a couple of things before I moved to the next place. And a lot of people who were going through, since I was there already before then, they were asking, "Hey, are they closed?" And it's a big sign up there that says there's it closed for the holiday. They observed it on the actual day, on the 11th. And a lot of people came up there saying, was it a Jewish holiday? Was it just an Amish holiday? They didn't even, Columbus, the holiday for Columbus has really been like, people are no longer plugged into that energy. That energy, that's why they had to rename it, so that they could revitalize the energy that they would receive. Because again, these dates, these holidays have a lot to do with the cosmological alignment. So where are our stars right now? We're in a what, two moon situation, and I bet having, whether it's there or not, I don't know. I've not seen it. I don't know if anybody else has seen it, but it's interesting that say magic head, some really good da, 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 da. It's a new name in science. Oh, I don't know. Is it a new name? Is it a new science? Are they using? Are they? Because I remember, what's his name, Johnson and Johnson, and there was another guy. They did research on a lot of different, yeah, I think their motivation was to try to get us into the mindset of, oh, that's right, that leads me into this where I was really going, because I said it may be leading people into alternative lifestyle thinking. Well, let me say this, what I was really trying to say as to, where I think that this all is, we're not seeing it. It's like our blinders are on, because we don't talk about sex magic. But the whole thing is where I wanted to get to today, because I talked about everything else so far in my other videos, but today, ta-da, to now, I think, they make the people who have alternative lifestyles a lot of times, you know, I don't even know if well, okay, so you have the cross dressers, you have transvestites, you have those who are uh, walking around with female parts, but beefed up a little bit, tatted up, having holding a masculine energy about themselves. And then you have those that are walking around with male parts or with male genitals that are preferring, and I don't want to say, I don't know if I should say honoring, but holding female energy. And so that female energy is maybe their preference, and it does also alter, you know, if men are outies and women are innies, two outies bumping is going to cause, I don't want to say malware, but it's going to cause, and see, this is what I was saying, men who have female, and see from the back, they all look more like, what their preference is. They prefer to be in another energy other than what they were born with. So I say that there is a chance that the homosexual lifestyle, bisexual lifestyle, is being given a bad name, is being given um, downplayed. It's not given the value of the energy of what it actually could be. I could be, we, as alternative lifestyle, that could be the place where you actually do access all the energy. Not all, but a lot more intense energy, a lot more heightened energy. Um, I don't know if you've heard it said, but most of the people that I know, and I've heard other people say this, that have chosen alternative lifestyles are usually pretty successful. Now, there are those who are into drugs. There are those who might not lead the healthiest lifestyle because of being ashamed, or, having some sort of mental imbalance because of making their choice, or because of the decisions to wear something that is contrary to the exterior, but the interior says, let me be me. Okay, and so there are, to me, in my mind, how they're painting, like there's an extreme over exaggeration of makeup, there's an extreme over exaggeration of the twist and the walk and the mannerisms and the attitude. All of that is energy. And so they are better. I don't know. Whatever. Folks that choose alternative lifestyles are usually more on point with where they want to be in their lives. That's the ones that accept it, and don't have no shame in the game, and kick it up to buku way up notches. Now, whether they know that, giving that information to their parents or that way around their parents, eh, that's a thin line, because these people that I'm talking about that are highly successful, that are highly um, at the top of their list, the top of their game, on their A game, those people are proud. Those pride um, parades that we have every year. Those people are proud, And so that energy in itself is magic. That's an energy that, if I'm not saying what's right or what's wrong, because this is what I'm saying, that we might be being told the wrong thing. Now, this is the way you consummate this. I mean, not the way you consummate. This is the way you impregnate. Yeah, that we have a way that we impregnate, but we now have the medical ways too. But what I'm saying this to say is that that practice that might have been taboo on purpose. They might have told us, don't do this, because they knew that that was going to get you to a place that kind of energy, you know, kickstarting the coccyx bone kundalini into the Merkaba energy of into the, you know, your best life now, whatever it is. But what I'm saying is that they might be giving us the whole wrong idea. We might be down the whole wrong mindset about this. Yes, it is an exit, not an entrance. But I'm sure there's some chapters that are missing from our books on sexology. Now, there is a book, the Tao of Sexology, or Taoism of Sex, or something like that. Um, Now that book is an awesome book that tells you healing positions, energizing positions, tells you, various. I don't want to say physical therapy, but therapeutic physical consummation. I don't know, but anyway, yes, it is another avenue to accepting and allowing the energies that we have access to, that we give away on a regular basis. Today being American, not American, indigenous, indigenous, indigenous heritage, indigenous peoples day. I'm new to what they're calling it now. I like the fact that they've called it that, but it's still on the same cosmological day. So there's still some cosmology that is involved that we are feeding our energy to. It's like as if, on Dune, if you were quiet, that little sand thing wouldn't bother you, but if you started making some noise, that little sand thing would come and get you. Well, that's what I feel like we're doing when we're celebrating, when we're drumming, when we're making noise. If we don't appropriate that energy, if we don't intend that energy, if we don't take control of that energies that's we're producing from our celebration, that we're producing from our um, uh, joy, from our elation, from our excitement, for our thankfulness, for our gratitude. But if we don't appropriate that energy and intend it into something else, it's like when you're when withdrawing quick. What do you call that? Not abstinence, but the pull out method. It's as though you get all excited and you got all the foreplay and you got all the, you ready, and you blow off the steam, but it's like you wasting your babies. You killing babies instead of directing that energy into something that you would appropriate for yourself. And that's what I would suggest, that these times, as we celebrate, that as we are celebrating today's energy, that of the finding, the founding, the discovery, the theft, the thievery, the displacement of the Aboriginal or the Indigenous, whatever the case is, the energy of today's cosmological alignment. How about that? We are intending, and I just talked to one of the DC, he's running for DC delegate. And it's funny, I have his number in my phone, and I was like, I know you from somewhere, but I don't recognize you, and he don't recognize me. We didn't recognize each other, but how did I get his phone number in my phone? Interesting. And I know that because I get texts from him, and it's labeled at the top that that's his name. Now, but that's been happening since I've had that number maybe for maybe about 4 or 5 years. And I thought it was back from when I was in doing some radio. I did a couple of radio tours, so it might be from that. I'll chalk it up to that. I was doing a couple of tours back then. We didn't have that discussion, but we did discuss, hey, how you in my phone and I don't know you? I didn't even recognize his face. I was like, I just received a text from you. I'm here because you sent me a text to say that there's this heritage event going on today. So anyway, that was strange. That was one of those, is it Mandela or butterfly or one of those effects? I don't know how I don't know why I'm not getting the um what you're doing there. Hi guys, one love and wellness, love plus art equals wellness, heart happy hour, precious mother love, season 6. Thanks for joining me. So yeah, so I wanted to talk about that. I think that P. Diddy was introduced as an altar boy to the magic, the sex magic piece of, this innocence taking this virgin at a-hole, as Kat was talking about. That energy, he's aware of that kind of energy and its use. I'm certain that if we started having a conversation with him about sex magic, I think that he might be quiet. I don't know. Would he talk about it? I'm talking about it because I do think that that is something that these parties would be bringing out. That is something that, once they start getting into the spirits or letting spirits work through them or doing spiritual work or letting the energy work through them, and the rhythm is gonna get you, you know, um, slave to the rhythm. I think that they do go into that mindset and that mode for that period, for that what they're producing, what they're all. I mean, I do my full moon events. I've been doing full moon events for 10 years, and we get a lot of energy going. We put a lot, excuse me, a lot of energy together. We actually are purposefully intending what we're doing with that energy. A little icy. We're intending what we're doing with that energy every month. This month, next week, in the next 5 or 6 days, our full moon will be here. So it's a chance that this holiday lines up with the energy of the upcoming full moon, which is in Aries. And Aries is the first sun sign of the astrological wheel, which the lines up with spring. Spring equinox and the fall equinox. So those are opposites of each other. So the energy of this full moon, Aries, is a hunter moon, and it's about, okay, so you planted some seeds throughout the year or through, in spring. So the things that were planted in spring are now going to pop up and manifest. So look for them. And so now what we plant now in the dark, on the dark side of Aries, in its lunar phase, and its full moon exasperated, I think it's a super blue moon as well. So that is going to bring fruition into the spring. So what we do which is this Thursday, we're going to, or the 17th, we're going to have a hot time in the house. I'm telling you, I've added some new stuff to my meditation. So we're doing meditation, we're doing drumming, we have an open mic, we have the singing bowls, we also have, I mentioned the drumming, we also are bringing our intentions to, like, write it down. We're going to phoenix that into the fire and repurpose that energy. We're all going to be doing our own breathing and breath work. I do have a laughter segment. I forgot about that. But there are some other practitioners that are there that may offer some of their um, tools in energy work or tools of the trade. So I'm looking forward to this Thursday. It's at DJ Ghost's house, at DJ Ghost's Castle, in Clinton, Maryland. So if you guys are in the DMV, come on up, come on down, come on around, pull up. But it is invitation only. So you will have to be in touch with me directly or DJ Ghost, or one of the other participants that are also going to be there. It is it is very important that we know those people who are participating. It is not open to the public. Now, I do a lot of times have a lot of public events, but as I start to get more and more and deeper into what these next level energy tools are, I kind of don't want to keep spoon feeding baby food. I kind of want to get with those who have a foundation, those who can build and become a part of this group that is energizing our intentions. So I think it'll be an awesome time. Oh, and we're wearing, well, because okay, we are going to wear, we're going to be dressed as our super selves, as our we're going to, the self love is going to be elevated to a super love self. So the person that you expect to be in 5 to 10 to 15 years. Well, love and wellness. That is um a drummer, real nice guy, real good guy. Is he stopping? He's stopping. Tuere, that's his name. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that um come on out if you want to. Holla at your girl. One Love and Wellness. Love plus art equals wellness. I'm gonna call it a day. I thank you for hanging out with me. Like, subscribe, and share if you can. Let me make sure I say hi, hi, hi to all of those that are there. Let's love, live, laugh, and learn together. Hello, hello. One love and wellness. And let me see. As whistle best root beer. A&W is the best root beer. Okay. I like A&W. Love root beer floats. Um, hiya. How you doing? Hey there. And so A&W is the best root beer, says Magic Head. Some really good Brandon. Oh, Brandon. Oh, Brain. How about that? You think that might have been what you know. Oh, is that Tony Snow? Yes. Hey, 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 hey. Well, love and wellness, dude. How are you? Good to see you. um, Need you to come out to this event that's on the 17th. Like I said, there's an open mic. And if you wouldn't mind, bless the mic with one of your poems, bless the mic with one of your skits or one of your pieces that's going to be up on one of your scripts. Would love to see you pull it out on tap and introduce you to this group of people. They're all musicians. Matter of fact, DJ Ghost is a drummer. And so Shep will be there and he'll be bringing his saxophone. And I would want you to come on out and do a meditation with us. And I'm hoping that you heard some of that stuff I was saying. I know this morning was probably broadcasting live from the sanctuary. So I don't know if some of the stuff I just said, where it hits you at, but I'm telling you that there's some stuff that they're still hiding from us. They may be releasing some information for us to be privy to or to start connecting dots about or confirming of things that we are saying. We're seeing this and now we're saying something. That was my one of my other previous segments. If you see something, say something. And that's the whole thing. Things that we would be seeing and that we would say stuff about, we would be told, okay, first off, anybody who's seeing anything that's extraterrestrial has been told that they were crazy, that they're not real. And now they're saying it out loud. Oh yeah, they're real. Oh yeah, they're here. Oh yeah, they just can't show themselves. We had an agreement. They y'all not the only ones in the universe. There's trillions of stars out there. We would be selfish and out of our ever loving mind to think that we're here alone or that we're the only beings that exist. So, anyway, so folks are not as crazy as they were originally said to be. So, there is a chance that, man on man or woman on woman, or all of those things have energetic purposes, and us trying to categorize what's good or bad for other people. If they choose what they choose, then let them choose what they choose, because that's what they choose. They're gonna keep choosing it, even if we keep, like, and I don't mean to compare this to Black, but I'm just saying, when Kunta Kinte kept saying his name, even though they kept trying to say he was some other, name, he decided, I am, this is me. My mama said this me, and that's what I'm gonna say. I'm this me till I don't know me no more. And so that's the crazy part about it. To me, that they would excommunicate you. They would say you're crazy. They're saying this isn't right. This isn't the thing that should be. I'm questioning everything now. I'm questioning everything, because suppose there's a place for that in our energy work. Suppose there is, like, it's not my preference. That's not what, but I was taught what I was taught. So when you're not taught what I was taught, you think something else. You think what you was taught. If you taught yourself, then you think what you taught yourself. You don't think what others are thinking. You think what you think. So I can't put it in no categories and no lanes anymore. I'm not looking at you like, I used to. I used to think alternative was insane. And that's what they told us, right? I thought, now I do know two negatives bumping. I know energetically, two positives bumping and two negatives bumping. I do know that that is not an equation for peace. That is not an equation for pleasure. That is energetically an issue. And I didn't even back up like I said I was going to. So I stayed right where I was, which means when this guy pulls in behind me, I'm going to be pinned up against this motorcycle. Okay, so what do we say here? Yes, good to see you. I would love that. I also need to meet the film crew. Yes, they are invited to the 17th. There will be the cinematographers will be there on the 17th, getting some footage from that. They're doing some pieces that include um, my schedule. And I've got a couple of shows coming up too, so they'll be there for that. And that is We the Community TV and We the Veterans TV. Those are networks that I have become most recently affiliated with, as well as doing the flea markets with. Our flea market is on a hiatus at the moment, but that's okay. So again, I was almost to the end, and then I recognized a friend, and I thank you for showing me that you're here supporting One Love and Wellness. Love plus art equals wellness. I guys, again, like, subscribe, and share with your mans in them, with your women's in them, with your folks in them, with your family. All right, you guys, come see me when you get a chance. Catch up on some of my old ones. I was just seeing another drummer going there. It sounds like the drummer's getting louder. Sounds like I can hear it. Can you hear it? I don't know if you can hear it. But anyway, so I'm about to go, y'all. One Love and Wellness. Thanks for putting up with my crazy antics. Happy Sunday. Happy Indigenous Heritage Day, or Indigenous Peoples Day, formerly known as Columbus Day. Happy Sunday. Happy good energy. Have a beautiful, long, what do you call that? Strong, not a long. Have a very energized and happy, strong. Not a WEEK, not a WEAK either, but a strong. I got to figure out what else to call that. But I thank you guys again. One love. Peace.